ومن أداء فيلم أوبنهايمر في دور العرض الفريق عمله، أولهم مخرجه ومؤلفه كريستوفر نولان، وأبطاله كيليان مورفي وإيميلي بلانت ومات ديمون، اللي كان لينا لقاءات خاصة وحصرية معاهم من هوليوود عشان كمان نتعرف بشكل أكبر على الفيلم ده، غير كمان مخرج الفيلم اللي بيعتبر من أهم ظواهر 2023 السينمائية، واللي رجع الجمهور للسينما بشكل مكثف في كل مكان في العالم ومن ضمنها مصر.
Been interested in the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer for some time. I really got hooked by that moment where the people working on the Manhattan Project realized that when they detonated the very first atomic device, there was a small but quantifiable possibility, just a slight chance, that in doing so they would set fire to the atmosphere and destroy the entire world. And yet they went ahead and pushed that button. And I wanted to take the audience into that room and be there for those kind of momentous decisions, because Oppenheimer, through becoming, as he's termed, the father of the atomic bomb, he's one of the most important people in human history.
Really digging at what it means to be humans and our responsibility as humans on this planet, and what we do with the power that we can harness, and in this case, this extraordinary and destructive and appalling weapon. And, it's amazing. And I think it was Truffaut said, we go to films to escape from life, but also to learn about life. The way Chris works, there's no video village or monitors or anything like that, and obviously it's film cameras, so you don't see any playback. The first frame of the movie that I saw was the first trailer. And then when I finally got to see the finished film, it was completely overwhelming. But because there had been a gap between wrapping the movie and watching it, I was completely blown away by it. It's a truly essential cinematic immersive experience. Like Chris said, it's like 3D without the 3D glasses. Particularly in an IMAX, and I felt that. I would like to watch it maybe once more with an audience. It's like a thriller. It's a love story. To me, there's elements of horror in there as well. For sure. So that just resonates with an audience, and I think the period setting, however familiar or not you may be with what happened in 45, I think you'll just be wrapped up in it. The movie grabs you by the throat, like from the beginning.
It's a huge film experience, but it feels very small and focused and kind of intimate when you're doing it, and I think that translates. There's also the onus is on you to rise to the occasion, and Chris tends to cast and collect folks around him that are as without ego as possible, while still having some self-respect and thinking they can get the job done. And so it was a journey into, it reminded me of back doing theater. It reminded me of, what my first instincts and hopes and dreams were for being an actor.
He's got that level, that attention to detail that, Stanley Kubrick had, where it's like no detail is too small. His depth of knowledge, his research, his understanding of all the dynamics at play between all these different characters, and ways to just get these ideas and succinctly, and fit them into a movie. I mean, the book that this is adapted from is like a tome, and it is dense with the fine print. I remember it was like I needed reading glasses to even read the book. It was just very thoroughly researched, and he somehow was able to kind of get all of it into this film.
The big guy, Chris, he's tall. He's imposing as a figure. I don't know how he is able to be invisible. I didn't notice him standing by the camera staring at me. He's somehow able to disappear. It was cool.
Film, it was written in the first person, which I'd never seen before. And so it just pulled you in, and you had this really subjective experience that was really overwhelming. And
it feels like a runaway train that you're on. It's so exciting watching it.
اشترك في باقات واتشت الشهرية بتبدأ من 14 جنيه و99 قرش، وباقات سنوية تبدأ من 150 جنيه.